IPMNation.com.
Counterpunch promo live in 3, 2, 1.
Once upon a time, they awoke to the concerted effort underway to dummy them down, to the forces working at every turn to water down human wherewithal. They stood, they rallied, they drew their line in the sand, vowing once and for all to scale their spines and mortal up. That was the day the tables turned, and the universe itself sat up and took notice.
Live from the Counterpunch Studios in Columbus, Ohio, you're listening to All Natural Being with Brian Brawdy on IPMNation.com. If you're not going to mortal up,
3, 2, 1.
This is not a drill.
All Natural Being with Brian Brawdy is designed to shake your sense of self to the core.
It's full contact psychology with an empowering twist, a philosophical loofah for your soul.
For those of you not ready or comfortable releasing your inner superhuman, listener discretion is advised.
Here's your host,
Brian Brawdy.
That'll grow to be a certain pain in the tuchus, I can tell you that. Good morning. Welcome. Oh, it just never ends. But in any event, welcome and thank you for stopping by and hanging out for what is now the 425th. What am I thinking of? The number one rated show here on IPMNation.com. You're into All Natural Being and the Gong heard round the world. Radio to spark your smart. Broadcast to build your strong and unleash your legend. Because if you're in this life, you have a legend to let loose. Bottom line, we're serving up bright and early the best thoughts in the history of human thinking. Coming at you as it happens, thanks to our good friends at Telestream's Wirecast, live from the Counterpunch Media Studios here in Columbus, Ohio. And of course, we're simulcast. If you're watching now, you know this. But for those listening, we're simulcast on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and over on mortalup.com as well. Also, if it fits into your schedule better, we're on demand at iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Sit Spotter, Spotify, Spreaker, blah, blah, blah. Greetings wherever you are here in the garden of the mortals, the labyrinth of life itself, the ups and downs, the lefts, the rights, the pivots, the swerves, the flukes, the whims, the sheer beauty and havoc of the synchronicity and serendipity of it all. Blind alleys and cul-de-sacs, of course there are, but never a dead end until you and I decide to tap out. But until then, what do you say we put our heart's highest priority top of the list, always calling on our true wit and wisdom and wallop of your inner whisper, a.k.a. the still small voice. It's a good thing, because with all the craziness in the world, we're going to be called upon to out-brutal the brutal that is the cut and shuffle that fate can deal us on a daily basis, and to bring our own bold once and for all. Before we hit it today, a quick hello to my friends and to those joining us from all over the globe. As I've said yesterday, we know we have South America, we know we have Europe, we know we have here in the States, so thank you very much. I truly am fired up to be driving. Oh, I don't want to forget about Australia. Truly am fired up to be driving your bandwagon, to be avidly you, to be your biggest fan, to be your virtual hitchhiker if you're out and about and on the go. So what do you say, wherever you are this morning, whatever you up to, Here's your opportunity to mortal up, to crush your cant and your critics, to demand your mind's eye and your true potential. Live wide open. So what do you say? Let's go kick in some doors. And I've got a lot of cool things. I hope you'll find them, cool things planned for you this morning for 425. But what I wanted to start off with is talking about, I had someone send me this, and I appreciate it, thank you very much, a link to an audio book the other day. And so I opened up the book and I saw the title right away, and it just made me I thought, you know what, maybe not Low Life's making headlines. Maybe it doesn't rise to that occasion. So we'll do Low Life's making headlines. We'll come back to that and see what you think. But let's hit this morning's Low Life making headlines so we can get it out of our system. Hot heads wrapped in thin skin covering brittle brains atop balsa wood spines. It's time for Low Life's making headlines. There you go. Low Life's making headlines. And I've mentioned this before, but I thought I'd throw it in for this morning's. I'm just getting to the point where, you get an email and you go, last 12 hours, the doors will be closing. The vault will be closed. And in case you don't know this, if you're in the internet marketing, it's called the fear of missing out, where people think, oh, well, if you just tell them this is their last opportunity, this is their last chance, they gotta. Remember when we were little and we would watch TV to go, if you buy before midnight tomorrow night, right? It's that same thing. It's fear of missing out on steroids. The vault is closing. The class will be shut down forever. Right? We only have a limited number. There's only three digital downloads of this spectacular book, free book, by the way. It's free. It's a free book that you absolutely have to have. What a crock of BS. So for Low Life's making headlines this morning, the people that have decided that the best way to do internet marketing is this whole concept. They call it FOMO, fear of missing out, where they give you something and they say, oh, well, now you only have time is running, like an hourglass, right? Like time is running out. When all this sand piles down to the bottom, you're going to be crap out of luck. So those are our Low Life's making headlines this morning, the people that create a false sense. Now, maybe there is a situation where if you're going to a concert or you're going to a speech and there's only so many seats in the auditorium, you go, you got 2 tickets left. Well, then you got 2 tickets left. Unless they put a big Jumbotron outside, right, and everyone can watch from outside, or they simulcast it on Telestream's Wirecast, right, then you could watch it all over the place. So there's some legitimate types that it happens or times that it happens. But I just get sick of it. You open your inbox and your emails, and if you're in this biz, you open your emails and your inbox, and like 6 out of 10 are threatening you that time's running out. Time's running out. What are you going to do? Oh, the sky is falling. The sky is falling. So that's this morning's Low Life making headlines. In any event. All right, so let's do this. We're going to jump right ahead this morning because I want to spend a little bit of time on this. I want to spend about this concept of unleash your legend, because if you're here, there's a legend to let loose. You know what I believe? And I believe that if you mortal up, if you remember who you ultimately are, there isn't anything you can't do. So let's go ahead this morning and jump. I think we'll jump right. Well, let's do this. To just remind folks, if you want to give us a call, 833-MIND-UPS, 833-646-3877. It's a toll-free call if you want to use that number, 833-MIND-UPS, just like push-ups, sit-ups, or pull-ups. Also, don't forget, you can text us right here into the studio if you like. That's 833-646-3877, or you can use the Mind-Ups. Text works either way. And I'm told to tell you that standard texting rates may very well apply. So go ahead, give us a scream in here, and let us know what you're thinking. We've got a very special guest calling in here in just a few minutes. So why don't we get to this? We'll get to this segment, and then we'll kick it around a little bit, and then we'll get ready for our caller. Ever wonder if you're your own worst enemy? Waving the white flag of surrender whenever confronted by the binge thinking ricocheting around your own brain? Well, we call that the crimes of mind. All right, the crimes of mind. Before we get to the crimes of mind this morning, it just dawned on me, right? brain comes and goes as it is. We got a lot of requests going, how'd you get this set up? What do you have done? So we purposed a camera this morning so that you could get an idea. You could see right here, hello, hi, how are you? Or maybe like this, hi, what it takes and what we do and what we use, some of the technology that we use to get our show up and out each morning. So it's my rehashed version of the shunt cam. If I could, there you go. See if I could reach far enough in. All that scarring. Yeah, the shunt cam, which is why, you'd think I'd wear a hat more often than I do, but what are you going to do? All right, so this morning's Crimes of Mind. As I said, I got a link for a book, and the book title, don't want to slam the author. She seems like a nice person, I guess, for the most part, just a bit misguided. She says, How to Take Control of Your Life. And as I read this title and I tried to listen, the title was enough just to set me off right away, right? But then as I listened, the more I listened, the more it just grated on my nerves. The more I just was like, all right, it doesn't rise to the occasion of a low life making headline, but a Crimes of Mind. So I want to talk about that this morning. Crimes of Mind. I don't believe you and I get to control anything, let alone our lives. I most certainly never wanted a golf ball sized brain tumor, right? I know people that suffer from PTSD or other forms of depression. I know they didn't want it. There are all kinds of things that come. Think about it. You could go out this morning and, get hit by a Canadian geese falling from the sky. Schmack. Or, you think about those times when I used to live in Chicago. I remember one news story. Wind blew up a piece of ice off of like the Hancock, let's say. What's it going to do? Hit like a 1 square foot of sidewalk? 1 square foot of sidewalk, ice falls, 50 stories, smack, hits this person right on top of the head, pancakes, dead like that. So all I'm suggesting is that you don't have to run around thinking that today could be the day that you get whacked, right? In a giant game, as my friend Patricia Costello reminded me, a giant game of whack-a-mole, a universal game of whack-a-mole. But this whole thing of, here's a book, here's a master class, here's a seminar, here's an online webinar, here's all this cool thing so that we can teach you how to take control of your life. You can't control it, can't control life. Now, you can control your outlook. As I say all the time, you got to square your shoulders, out brutal the brutal that is the cut and shuffle that fate can deal you and I on a daily basis. And then you bring your counterpunch. What you can control is your counterpunch, which seems like this would be a great plug to remind you that you're watching or listening on Counterpunch Media, which is IPMNation.com, Channel 3. Look at that. Quite a segue, huh? So let's go ahead and do this. I'll get back on my rant here in just a little bit. Let's see who our caller is. Good morning, caller. Who's this?
This is Derek Noel from Derek Noel Fitness calling in.
I thought you'd be out celebrating big show last night, all kinds of great numbers on IPM Nation and over on Facebook. I thought you'd still be out dancing. What is the saying? You're too young to remember this, but dancing till the cows come home. I thought you'd still be out hooting it up. What's going on, brother?
Well, I had to be back at work the next day, and it's basically... What is it? Basically 6:13 in the morning right now? Technically,
with the time change. Technically. I love that. You know what I mean, Derek? My wife says all the time, well, with the time change, how long does your body need to adjust to the fact that a clock was set forward, right? Maybe the first day, right, when you lose that hour of sleep, but I'm with you. I think before too long, you're like, you know what? Time changes under the belt. I've got it nailed. So how you doing this morning, the night after your big show? Or I should say the premiere of your big show.
Yeah, I'm actually doing pretty well. I've gotten a lot of great feedback,
Groovy.
Some constructive criticism. I already have a bunch of notes on what I'm going to do to make it even better.
Can I make a suggestion?
Absolutely.
Tear up all the notes. You don't need notes. You did great. You're so natural at it. I would tear up the notes and lose the table. That's it, right? Just so it doesn't look like a state. Oh, and make sure Cousin It is nearby to hand you a bottle of water.
I think my favorite part of the entire thing was out of all of the 30 minutes of footage, Facebook decided to take the one clip of his arm coming in.
Yeah. Well, so I'm thinking from now on I should just do the show. I know you can't see because you're not here on TV, but I should just do a show with like a hand puppet. right? Because Facebook is like, yeah, we're tired of seeing human faces, so maybe I'll just go like this. But I saw that, and I thought, all right, so Cousin Ed, some people will do whatever they can to photobomb, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll do whatever they can to get in the shot. No, that's all.
I think that was actually the first time he's been on camera, and it was his hand.
Oh, no, I think he's been on camera with me. I don't know, it could be, but, you got to watch the photobombing. Okay, so, yeah, I would say scratch the notes because you're a natural. You did great. As I said, the table, people weren't expecting you to give the State of the Union address. So I thought you did fantastically well. You did a great job of looking at the feed, answering questions from people. So give us a little bit of a recap this morning, because I know you got to go. You got clients lining up, waiting for autographs, waiting for them to tell you to drop and give me 50 or 20. You're going to do the show. It's going to be live every Sunday nights. Then you're going to come on Monday morning, kind of like telling people what they can do. Probably not this morning because you and I will kibitz for a while. Not this morning, but, you'll talk about it. And then you're going to post like tangential videos. If people put questions, I always wondered about where my chin goes during a pull-up, right? That kind of thing. You're going to be doing videos at the Derek Noel to kind of answer some of the questions you get in the feed. Am I reading the tea leaves right?
You are. You are reading those rights.
So give me an idea of some of the other things that you're going to be loading up onto the page. We've got Sunday Night Live, Monday mornings here with us on All Natural Being. You'll be a standard segment. What will we be doing outside of that to help people along?
Outside of that, people are always welcome to post comments. I will respond. I will read every single thing that is sent my way.
Right.
So I'll be able to just answer some questions there publicly for everyone to do. Okay. Or if someone has a private question that they're a little bit too embarrassed to ask, number one, don't be embarrassed. Someone else has that question.
Sure. Like me last night and asking about the coconut cream pie.
Yeah.
It could happen.
Just ask.
Oh, that's all you can do, right? You just got to throw it out there. You never can tell.
Yeah, especially when your producer goes, I love coconut cream pie.
Right, and he keeps promising me he's sending me one, and I never get one. I said, what's dry ice go for? Get some damn dry ice, pack a fresh coconut cream pie, and send it my way. But no, I wait every day for the UPS truck to drive by. I'm a sad case. I wait for the UPS truck to drive by to deliver my coconut cream pie, and alas, it hasn't happened in months. So, sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
But on top of being able to ask questions, because I basically want to be out there as essentially a free resource for people to be able to get some information, or if I don't know an answer, I could definitely research it or refer people to someone who does, because I do have quite a few friends in quite a few different places in the industry. Plus, we'll be able to post, like you said, a bunch of extra videos. So one person last night, right as the show was ending, asked about how to add a little bit of cardio into a strength routine. So later on this week, I'm going to be making a video and posting that up specifically for that person, because I feel like that's some information that a lot of people could get, could use.
Well, and that's the thing. Don't you hate that when it's like, not hate, but you're always bummed when something comes in right as you've started your close, right? Where someone will come up with a really good comment. And mine has always been, just park your car a mile from the gym. Right? People go, I don't know how I'm going to work in cardio. Then run your tookus from the front door to the gym, the mile to the car. There's your warm down cardio. But that's why you're the expert. And I'm just getting up early to do this every day. All right. So what else you thinking about before I get ready to let you go to make sure I launch the right logo here? There we go. Any other closing thoughts before we hit it today?
I just want everyone to, even if they haven't yet, you're going to have a good Monday, everyone. Just make sure you tell yourself that every single week, because even if your day goes to crap, at least you're starting out on top.
You're starting out on top. Very good. I think that is great advice. All right, everyone, don't forget, check out our good friend Derek Noel at the Derek Noel. And Derek, can you go ahead and give me some of the, because I don't have a QR code for you for some reason. Can you go ahead and give me, please, the addresses where people can reach you?
Absolutely. You can find me at DerekNoelFitness.com, where that is my website, and you'll be able to find all of my content on there as well. As of later today, actually, that's my project for today.
Okay,
you
cool.
can find me on Instagram at the Derek Noel, or you can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/ the Derek Noel.
All right, we're going to let you go. Thank you so very much. Please tell everybody, the 95% female workout crowd in the morning, and the 5% guys, right? Let's not be sexist. Please tell everybody we said howdy, and we'll look forward to catching up. Well, I'll be on the show next Sunday night, and we'll look forward to catching up with you next Monday morning here on All Natural Being.
Sounds great.
Sounds great. All right, Derek, thanks for calling in.
Yep, have a good one.
You too. All right, so that's Derek Noel from Derek Noel Fitness. Just a great show last night, and he's a wealth of knowledge, all kinds of different things that he understands. And this is a full-time gig, right? It's not someone going, oh, I think I'd like to be a personal trainer. I'll call in, all kinds of studying, all kinds of this and that. But what he'll be able to do for Monday mornings here on All Natural Being is something that will really help us prepare for the week ahead and prepare for, what we have planned, what's going on, that kind of thing when it comes to our fitness. And as I said in a promo for him, real fitness is just a fitness routine that you can fit into your real life. That's what we're talking about. So on Monday mornings before too long, well, let's just do this. How about we do this real quick? All right, let's try this. What is real fitness? It's fitness, physical, mental, dietary, a regimen that you can fit into your real life, your busy schedule, time with your family and friends. Does the real you want to live in the gym, on a treadmill, counting calories, watching a bathroom scale? The real you wants to live life, enjoying your relationships, proud of the way you look, real lives, real families, real fitness. You deserve those things. You deserve Derek Noel Fitness.
All Natural Being with Brian Brawdy. Radio for the rare breed.
Thank you to my friend Doug for that. Radio for the rare breed. Second. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So let's get back to this crimes of mind thing, because it's been bugging me since I first was given the link to this book. You and I, we can control nothing. You talk about fake news where everyone says, how do you control your life? You don't control your life. You can't control your life. What you control is the counterpunch. You can't tell what fate has in store for you. What you can count on, right? You can't count on what the outcomes are going to be at the end of the day. You can count on what your outlook is going to be to address those outcomes. But I think the greatest form of human misery is where people think, oh, well, I'll buy insurance. I'm going to control the weather. Nah, don't get to do it. Oh, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. I get to control the economy. I get to control traffic. I get to control all these things running around. And then when it doesn't play out to the way you and I wanted it to, right? When it doesn't play out to the way we controlled it, where we kind of manipulated it to think. So it's always a false sense of control. So all these people that should know better, people that are just looking how to come up to sell a different book, you know exactly who I'm talking about. If you've seen the title, How to Take Control of Your Life, it's just grating on my ears. I love her voice. I love some of the other things that she does, but there's no way to take control of your life. There's a way of taking control of the outlook that you may have, but absolutely no way of taking control. And that's why I think people get bummed, right? You're getting through the end of your day and you're like, what is going on here? I had all these plans. I wanted to do this. I wanted to do that. All these other ideas of control. And what happens? You can't control your life because we're not supposed to control our life. It's a crime of mind. And forgive me as I look down here in the feed quickly. It's a crime of mind to believe that we can control those things. When fate brings the chop block, all you and I can control is what our counterpunch is going to be. All right, good morning, everyone. Sorry it's taken so long to get here. Ina, good morning from Ohio. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Thank you so much. Lee, Rowley, morning. And Lee, doing great, I see, with the new book. If you would, Lee, could you post in the thread how people could get a hold of the copy of your book? Very exciting stuff. I was glad to see all the powerful response that it was getting. So if you don't mind, Lee, post a thread here. And maybe I should have you call in tomorrow to talk a little bit about it and let people know what's going on there. Ryan, thank you so much. Morning to you as well. Jennifer, good morning. Nice to see you. Ian from across the pond, thank you so very much. I take it that Brexit still equals crazy. So thank you. You got to call in sometime, Ian. With that said, I wonder if it's toll free. I think it's toll-free. It might be toll-free from England. We'll have to test that out. But good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us here. A Monday morning version. We were just on with Derek Noel, who last night had his show, Derek Noel Fitness. The radio show was here on IPMNation.com. And, of course, you know, if you watched on Facebook or, I believe, YouTube or Twitter, he was, simulcast on those channels as well, which was pretty cool. So congratulations to him again. Congratulations to Wayne Noel, who is our top-notch, top-shelf, crackerjack, everything technical guy for figuring out how to be able to do all those things. So congratulations to both of them. Oh, and I want to give a shout out to Henry. Henry Noel, I was told yesterday, is the first author over on IPM Nation and that's doing some of the writing over there. So if you get a chance to head on over to IPMNation.com, you can see some of that brilliant writing as well. All right, so now that we've had a chance to say hello to everybody in the thread, let's jump to this real quickly, because then I'd like to come back and go to Crimes of Mind. Don't buy into the snake oil, right? Don't buy in, excuse me. Don't buy into the sense of being able to control life. What it's about is to be able to control your outlook about the outcomes in your day. So everyone gets so disappointed. Oh, I couldn't control the hailstorm. I couldn't control the person backing into me, the parking lot at the grocery store. I couldn't control the person driving through the puddle and splashing me full of rainwater up on the sidewalk. Can't control any of that. None. Zero. Zilch. But what we can control is how we address those things, whether we square our shoulder or whether we tuck our tail and run. That's what we can control. And anyone suggesting that you can control life, it's more snake oil, right? What they want to do is control you to begin to believe that you'll acquire a taste for snake oil. And what I'm here to say is just don't acquire a taste for snake oil. All right, thanks. Lee says, thanks. Here's the link so you can check it out. Good morning, Ian. Actually, Ian, it should be good afternoon to you as well. Hope all's going well. Let's do this. Let's get to our early morning meme for today, since we're running out of time, and I promised I'd try to get out of here right on time. All right, so our early morning meme today, we put it up over on Instagram a little bit earlier. Life is too precious for political correctness. Life is too precious for political correctness. Why not just go be you? And what we were trying to say with that post is that everyone wants you to watch what you say, watch what you do. Well, how about what you watch? How about what you say to yourself? How about what you do when you look in the mirror? How about those things, that binge thinking, all those different times? You want to be politically correct, which I think in the exterior world is a crock of baloney, crock of whatever you want to call it. But what if we took a little bit of time to go, well, you know what? It's the only one I'm beating up is me. The only one that I'm riding is me. The only one that I continually give a hard time to is me. I'm the one. I'm my own worst enemy. Far from being my own cheerleader, far from being my biggest fan, I buy in to all of this. You know what I mean? I buy in to all of these different things that I convince myself in my mind is that this is the way it's got to go. And all I'm simply here to suggest, life is too precious for political correctness, both inward and outward. That ultimately a human being can withstand. Sticks and stones might break my bones, but names will never hurt me. Well, we're raising generation upon generation upon generation, people. Brother Wallman, good morning. Nice to see you. We're raising generations of people that believe that they can be injured, they can be triggered, they can be outraged, they can be offended, they can be hurt by words, and their only words can't hurt a person that decides to channel their all-natural being. 11:25. Oh, well, good there, Ian. Thank you very much. Boy, it's early for me, I guess. I thought it was just a little bit over, so it would be afternoon, but who knows with the time change where I am. Thank you. See, look, there's a crackerjack reporter from overseas. Thank you, Ian, very much. All right, I want to do this morning. I promised we'd go ahead and get out of here on time. So thank you all so very much. We're going to run. We'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early, 7 a.m. Eastern. Until, please just leave us a comment here in the thread. Don't forget to check out Lee Rowley's book. Leave us a comment here in the thread or drop us a line of something you want to see. All right, let's do this real quick, and then we are out of here. Welcome to Your Story Told Live. Wirecast is the award-winning production software for streaming and recording high-quality live video. Transform your computer into a television studio, switching between live camera inputs while mixing in your movies, music, audio, and slides for that creatively professional look and feel. Wirecast, because if you've got a powerful message, it deserves to be told live.
You've been listening to All Natural Being with Brian Brawdy.
Join us live every Monday through Friday, 7 to 8 a.m. Eastern.
Also, check us out around the clock at allnaturalbeing.com.
Until then, always remember to bring your own bold.
IPMNation.com.